Here's your forecast first.
It is another beautiful day outside to end off the weekend here in the Quad Cities. We're seeing more warm temperatures getting down towards the low 80s here. 80 here in the Quad Cities, 82 over in Muscatine right now. Some upper 70s further up north in Maquoketa and Galena this afternoon. And on your satellite and radar, nothing but clear skies with a few clouds outside, but overall really nice day outside. Very nice evening throughout the rest of the day. Clear overnight hours and more sunshine to get us going for the upcoming work week. We have a chance of some rain on Tuesday, but more warm weather on the way. I'll have all of that on our Quad Cities News at 5:30.
Live from the heart of the Quad Cities, you're watching our Quad Cities News at 5:30 on Local 4.
Hey there, happy Sunday from your local news here at 5:30 from Rock Island. Well, President Trump showed doubt that Ukraine and Russia will reach a ceasefire deal, and it's encouraging the two nations to meet in Turkey this week. The president planning more stops around the Middle East later in the week. Willie James Inman has our top story at 5:30.
Mr. Secretary,
U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent described day 2 of the trade talks between the United States and China as productive and said more details will be released Monday. The weekend talks in Switzerland mark the first significant discussions between the two nations since President Trump imposed a minimum tariff of 145% on Chinese goods, and China responded with its own tariff hikes. In other international news, President Trump expressed doubt Sunday on Truth Social that Ukraine will reach a ceasefire deal with Russia, noting President Putin of Russia doesn't want to have a ceasefire agreement with Ukraine, but rather wants to meet on Thursday in Turkey to negotiate a possible end to the bloodbath. The president's post comes just 2 weeks after he sat down with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky at the Vatican to discuss the war. On Sunday, Zelensky responded cautiously to Russia's offer of direct talks, calling it a positive sign, but insisting that Putin must agree to an immediate ceasefire first. And in domestic news, state governors are weighing in on the deportation debate. On Sunday's Face the Nation, the governor of New Mexico expressed concern over what she called a lack of due process when it comes to deportations.
My bigger issue is indiscriminate ICE raids and sweeps, sowing fear in communities and with businesses all across the country, and that includes many communities right here in New Mexico.
All of this comes as President Trump prepares to visit the Middle East this week. He heads to Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and the United Arab Emirates, where he's expected to discuss the war in Gaza and fighting in Yemen. Willie James Inman, CBS News, the White House.
Well, if you want to get rid of physical documents easily, Crossroads in Muscatine is hosting a shred day Wednesday at its parking lot, and you won't even have a chance to get out of your car. Make sure all the documents you want to shred are out of binders and folders. The nonprofit suggests a 50-cent donation per pound, which helps support services for seniors and people with disabilities. You can shred up to 50 pounds of documents. Volunteers will not take magazines, newspapers, or glossy kinds of paper at Wednesday's shred day, which runs from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Well, it is Mother's Day, and it's still National Nurses Week, and one registered nurse at Unity Point Health Trinity in Bettendorf has been delivering babies for 2 decades. She says part of that process is a metaphor for life. Our very own Evan Denton caught up with Mama Murph.
It's amazing. It's my favorite thing.
Registered nurse Kate Murphy knew her calling was to work in a labor and delivery unit.
Transitioning from just a woman to a mother, it's so powerful. It never gets boring. It's something special and unique every time.
Murphy has helped deliver babies at Unity Point Health in Bettendorf for more than 20 years.
I tried to do the math at one point. I would say close to 3,000 maybe.
For Kelly Sieverding, manager of the birthplace inside Unity Point, she's known Murphy since she was in nursing school and is grateful for each interaction they share.
In fact, I totally give her the credit for where I am today. Seeing how she interacts with her patients and the staff here on the unit, her kindness, her compassion made me be the nurse that I am today.
Everyone considers me their mom. So if you're a new young person, I was kind of, mentor you a little bit and kind of mother you. So then my nickname was Mama Murph.
For Mama Murph, labor and delivery is a metaphor for life.
It's the unknown, it's trusting, it's facing your fears, but then the joy, the laughter, just the blessings of being a mom.
It's a chance to help families through a life-changing experience.
People remember their labor and delivery nurse like years later, and it's a very important role, and I'm so proud to be a part of helping that next generation develop.
And create a long-lasting bond.
My memory of you is this little tiny newborn, and now that person's graduating from college or getting married, and it's exciting.
In Bettendorf, Evan Denton, our Quad Cities News.
It's another beautiful day outside as we get ready to end off the weekend here on this Sunday. Reached a high of 80 this afternoon, but we've got more warm weather on the way for this upcoming week. I'll have all of that right after this on our Quad Cities News at 5:30.
I let you tell me how it goes and when it's all gonna end. I put you first in the world, but you hate me again. I'm stuck with...
Well, it is another beautiful afternoon here in the Quad Cities to get us ready for the end of the weekend and hopefully ease us into the upcoming work week here. Beautiful sunshine from our real estate exchange camera overlooking the Centennial Bridge from our camera just outside the studio here. The riverside roads and parkways here from Muscatine on that nice clear Mississippi River outside. Beautiful clear skies there as well. And then one last camera look from Bettendorf overlooking the Interstate 74 bridge on this Sunday afternoon. It is a great Mother's Day, so for anyone who had any Mother's Day plans, I'm hopeful that you spent it outside in this beautiful, beautiful weather. We've got to be seeing nice weather again for tomorrow afternoon. We do have a chance for some rain heading into Tuesday, but other than that, really going to be staying dry throughout most of this upcoming week, and we could possibly see 90s for next week as well. Temperatures right now holding on to those low 80s at the current moment here. 80 in the Quad Cities, 81 over in Iowa City right now. Some upper 70s over towards the north in Maquoketa and Galena right now. And for your next few hours here, we're going to be cooling back down towards the 60s around midnight tonight this evening. But still going to be holding on to those really nice and clear skies right now with those warm temperatures, at least for the next couple of hours or so before they start to get down more comfortable hours. Then on your 7-day temperature trend, to give you a heads up on what we could be expecting for this upcoming work week here, take a look at these. So staying in the 80s throughout most of the week here, and even Thursday could possibly get into the low 90s on that Thursday. So that's not just warm, that's some hot weather that we could be seeing on Thursday. It's not until Friday and even next weekend where those temperatures do finally start to cool down a little bit around those low to mid 70s, which is fairly normal for this time of year. Satellite and radar right now, nothing but clear skies, maybe a few isolated clouds, but mostly just sunshine for right now. Mostly going to be staying this way throughout the rest of the evening here. Then by tomorrow morning for Monday, to get you started, seeing a few more clouds beginning to move in throughout the morning and afternoon, but nothing too much past that. And then on Tuesday morning, going to be seeing some more clouds moving in and could see a little bit of scattered, isolated showers start to pop up towards the afternoon. So that's where those rain chances for Tuesday are coming from. But other than that, tonight going to be cooling down towards the low 50s after midnight for this evening. And then for tomorrow, going to be still holding on to those mid 80s temperatures for Monday. Temperatures reaching 83 for your afternoon highs. And on your 7-day pinpoint forecast, going to be seeing those slight rain chances on Tuesday. And then again, seeing possibly real warm temperatures for that Thursday, getting into the low 90s. But other than that, a really, really nice rest of the week, Hami. It is looking absolutely beautiful outside for this week.
Yeah, looking really nice out there. It's a beautiful 80s, 90s. It's just feeling like summer this week.
It really has, and with that possible 90s on Thursday, it's really going to be feeling like summer when we get to that point. Oh boy, make sure that you're all... I feel weird saying this right now because, you know, it's still late spring. We should be seeing 70s, but make sure you got your water. And you're staying hydrated
get some
outside.
water. Make sure you're all safe out there. And yeah, I mean, so looking at the, I mean, it's just all a bunch of 80s and that Thursday.
That 190 on Thursday. It is still a few days out, but yeah, that could be getting hot for that day.
Yeah, man, it's going to be really warm, that one. Well, we'll be right back with Nick Couzin. He's got sports right after this on your local news here at 5:30.
It was all about Cubs #2 prospect Cade Horton in Queens Saturday night. Horton throwing 3 innings, giving up 3 on 4 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. The only mistake, a 3-run homer to Mets left fielder Brett Beatty. Horton recovered, retiring the $765 million man Juan Soto and home run champ Pete Alonso to end and get the win. Matthew Wood on the bump for the series finale. Bottom 5 working that lefty magic, picks off Luis Angel Acuna. Second out of the inning follows that Francisco Lodor. Check out this off-speed nastiness. Gets out of it. 6 innings of 2-run balls, season high 8 strikeouts. Top 6 center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong using that PCA power against the former team. The Mets 2020 first-round pick makes them pay. To the second deck, ties it at 1/10 on the year. Bottom 8, 2-2 game. Porter Hodges in, and shortstop Francisco Lindor takes Hodges deep. Part 4 runs over the final 2 innings. Cubs drop the rubber match 6-2. Cardinals closing out their series with the Nationals in the nation's capital. Leadoff hitter left fielder Lars Newbar wasting no time. 4th pitch to the upper deck in right. Manager Oliver Marmol loving that one. 1-0 St. Louis. Top 2. It's first baseman Wilson Contreras' turn. Deep to center. That's another solo bomb. 2-0 Cards. Top 8, more long ball for your entertainment. Third baseman Nolan Arenado to left. 2-run blast. The home run party leads the Redbirds to victory 6-1. White Sox DH Andrew Vaughn swinging the stick well as of late, homering each of the first 2 games against the Marlins. Bottom 3, Vaughn up with 2 on, 2 out, and delivers. Singles to the left side, Sox up 1-0. For their starter Sean Burke, who's only given up 1 run over his last 2 starts, only gives up 1 again with help from the backstop here. Matt Tice nabs the runner at third and ends the inning. Burke 91 pitches in 4 innings. The issue, 5 walks. Bottom 6, 1 all, and not for long. White Sox first baseman Tim Elko made the Major League debut on Saturday. First Major League hit here, first career home run, 3-run bomb, giving the Sox the lead and holding on for the 4-2 win. River Bandits dropped their 2nd straight in the series finale to the Lake County Captains 6-2. Back at home Tuesday to start a 6-game series against the Dayton Dragons. The Bears added speed and big play capability by drafted Missouri receiver Luther Burden with the 39th overall pick. Quarterback Caleb Williams getting a deep threat. Burden over 100 yards per game in the SEC and top 5 in all of college football in yards after the catch. On the second day of rookie minicamp, Burden left practice after landing awkwardly, catching a deep pass from Williams. No update on Burden's injury, although first-year offensive coordinator Declan Doyle's first impressions of Williams on the field are good ones.
He is very eager to do work. He's here after hours. He is really trying to get it right. You know, we're giving him scripts, and you know, came in last Saturday and he's down in there in the indoor trying to walk through it by himself. I think it's really important to him that he gets it right. I think his teammates can feel that. I think his teammates feel a guy that's trying to take the next step, and you know that it's been a really positive exposure thus far.
Another pick from the 2nd round, Bears head coach Ben Johnson is eyeing defensive lineman Shamir Turner out of Texas A&M. Turner's strength, versatility, defensive coordinator Dennis Allen can use Turner as a chess piece, playing tackle on the inside or end on the outside. By playing anywhere, Turner provides depth on the D-line, and Allen said the first thing that stands out, Turner's athleticism.
You see, you know, explosion and power with this player. I think he's got the right temperament for what we're looking for. You know, I think we'll have to put the saddle on him and break him a little bit. You know, but you know, we'd rather have to pull the reins back. We got to play him in at defensive tackle and let him learn there, let him develop there, both as a 3 technique and as a nose, and then we'll worry about, you know, trying to see that flexibility. From a skill set standpoint, yeah, he's got some flexibility. we'll just have to see what he can learn and how quickly he can learn and adapt to what we're doing.
Bears fans are always optimistic going into every season before.
Is it optimism?
Before slowly dying down. You know,
yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say.
And then it turns into disappointment.
I didn't want to say. I felt delusion was a little harsh.
But I do think that maybe this year, it will actually finally be going in the right direction.
Is it this they said last year?
No. I did not.
I mean, a lot of people said that this might be the start of something new with Caleb Williams.
Yes, but now you have a new coach, young coach, offensive-minded finally.
We will see what the next scapegoat is. Thanks, Nick. Well, we will wrap up the show with Sean Kennedy and Nick right here after the show on your local news at 5:30.
The puck completely crossed the line. Goal. Wow. You believe that? Wow.
It's been a fun playoff so far in the NBA and NHL playoffs. A couple of buzzer beaters. We've seen a lot of buzzer beaters this year, it feels like. Last night, Riley Smith of the Vegas Golden Knights just beating the Oilers 4-3. They win at the end of regulation. Or I should say, the Vegas Golden Knights win. And the Golden Knights, they still trail the series 2-1.
Okay, so they still got a chance in the
this
next upcoming games.
Could be one of those, turning the series right moments. It could turn around a whole season, right?
I went home last
night
on the other side thinking I was going to be watching this game in overtime, and instead turned the TV on, and that's what they were talking about.
Oh wow! How about that?
Witness that in real time.
And I mean, if you're in Vegas, you probably would have brought the house down. But speaking of bringing the house down or shaking the earth, check this out.
No.
That's right. That's from last week. They're calling it the Metallica quake as fans shake the earth during a concert at Virginia Tech Lane Stadium. A seismograph about a mile away spiked about 60,000 roaring fans, registering at a 1.5 magnitude. Enter Sandman as the song played when Virginia Tech's football team enters the stadium during the season.
Wow.
It's one of the coolest things that you will ever see.
Oh, yeah. That just makes me think of my theory of what would happen if we took everyone on Earth and we all just jumped simultaneously.
Oh my goodness.
Let's try it.
What would happen?
Who do we call to set that up?
If 60,000 people can cause a 1.5 magnitude earthquake, think about what everyone can do.
Let's see if we got the weather to do that.
Let's make it happen.
One last quick look at our forecast. We've got more warm weather on the way coming up for this week.
That's going to be a beautiful day, a beautiful week coming up ahead. And happy Mother's Day to all moms, aunties, cat moms, etc. Have a great night, everyone.